WECT News at 11 starts right now.
Now in high definition, where news comes first. This is WECT News at 11.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Frances Weller.
And I'm John Evans. You may remember these pictures. July of this year, more than 2 million gallons of water spilling out onto the roadway, the result of a busted pipe outside of the Sweeney water treatment plant just north of downtown Wilmington. One of 3 leaks that happened within 7 days. The Cape Fear Public Utility Authority blamed them on aging pipes. Could it happen again? Well, we found pipes that are 50, 60, 70 years old still being used in the system right now. If you think traffic above ground in New Hanover County is a problem, well, you might not want to know what or who is causing problems underground through the miles of water and sewer lines that wind through our neighborhoods. The responsibility for the upkeep of the system falls on the Cape Fear Public Utility Authority.
You don't get a sense of, one, how much is out there, how many miles of line there are that serve the community, and also the condition of that pipe. So you don't see it rotting down. If you go down a highway, you'll see the potholes. You'll see all the condition that's visible to you. Ours is much tougher to get a handle on.
This project in downtown Wilmington earlier this year turned up 100-year-old pipes still carrying water to homes and businesses. Well, those pipes are gone. But many around that same age are still in the ground. They're replaced on a priority basis or when problems happen. I got a chance to see both sides of that issue. Crews recently replaced 50 to 60-year-old sewer pipes here in the Burnt Mill area. These pipes carry most of the waste out of downtown.
We knew the risk was high, not just the risk of failure, but the consequence of failure. When you're standing next to a creek like this, if you have a spill, there's no way to contain it. So locations like this obviously receive our highest priority.
But just yards away, an area badly in need of attention, a deteriorated manhole of concrete.
And that should all be good concrete. And you can see it just crumbles away.
When you would grade something like this, how would you grade this? Give me an idea of what this is like.
I would grade this poor condition.
Poor?
Probably one of the worst we've seen.
And crews don't just look from the outside. They get an up-close look inside using this, a mobile camera on wheels that travels through the pipes, spotting clogs and cracks.
Circumferential crack around the pipe.
And other things that need attention. When that camera traveled through the sewer lines of Wilmington's Forest Hills area, through pipes that are believed to be more than a half-century old, it found a couple of big problems. See here, part of the line has collapsed. Another area shows a major buckle in the sewer line. We showed those problems to people who live in the neighborhood.
That's not good.
Bother you now that you know this?
Yeah, that's gross.
Probably won't get fixed until next year either.
Yeah. They need to get on it faster than that.
So how does something like this get fixed? Well, the experts take a look at the condition of this pipe and the area where it is. They look at the possibility of failure, what would happen if it failed, and then it usually ends up on a list like this. This is the authority's list of capital projects needing attention over the next 10 years, water and sewer. There are more than 150 projects on the list. Total cost, $379 million.
And all these systems have a lifespan, and you want to prioritize those and try to replace those or renew those ahead of any time that you would expect those to fail. Again, I think there's plenty of challenges there. There are more infrastructure needs that do need to be addressed.
The money is ready for the Forest Hills project. Cost about $15,000. Start time early 2011. Another $50 million has been set aside for this project, replacing nearly 12 miles of aging water and sewer lines that run through most of downtown Wilmington. A small part of that project has been done along Front Street, but there's a lot more left to do here and underneath most of New Hanover County. Now, the utility authority does have a maintenance program to try to get as much life out of aging pipes as possible, but at some point they'll need to be replaced. Now, Fran, this is one pipe that was taken out of the ground during that Front Street project. This was still carrying water before it was replaced. Now, this is probably in the neighborhood of 60-plus years old, could even be older than that. And you see here how clogged it was. Again, was still working, still in the ground when it was replaced.
Just amazing to me, just looking at that old pipe. And, you know, before the summer event,
right,
I had no idea that there were pipes that were as old as 70 years old underground.
And maintained, they can last a while, but some of them, like this, really need to be replaced. And that project list we talked about, we have an entire list on our website, WECT.com. If you'd like to see if your street is due for a replacement, when it might happen, and click on this story on the homepage. Problems happen, and they hope to get them before they get to this kind of condition.
Where'd you get that, by the way?
The Cape for Public Utility Authority. They have it set aside after that project downtown.
All right.
Yep.
Interesting report, John.
Yep.
Thanks.